This is the Redmi Note 13 Pro 4G and this is the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G. So both of these phones are from Xiaomi and they have a 200 megapixels main rear camera and a 16 megapixel front camera. So both of these phones would take similar photos and videos, right? Well, let's find out. Although both of these phones use the same 200 megapixels main camera, these phones feature different processor, that's why the images are handled differently. Also note that this is the 4G variant of the Redmi Note 13 Pro and not the 5G variant. So starting with the main camera, the first thing I noticed is that the Note 13 Pro Plus has more punchy and saturated color than the Note 13 Pro. Well, this may make the photos look good, but sometimes it's way too much color. The second thing we can see is that the Pro Plus produces brighter photos and the shadows of the Note 13 Pro appears underexposed sometimes. Well, the amount of detail on the other hand is about the same on both. Actually, I'm quite impressed with the detail in the photos taken by both phones. Another difference that is prevalent throughout this video is the color temperature. The Redmi Note 13 Pro has a cooler tone, whereas the Pro Plus has slightly warmer photos. You can notice the slight blueness in the Pro photos over the orangey Pro Plus. Because the exposure of the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus is more reliable and the photos of the Redmi Note 13 Pro look washed out, well, somewhat, I'm going to give the point to the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. Another interesting feature that I found out is that the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus takes long exposure shots automatically in low light conditions, similar to what the flagship phone of the Samsung does. Well, this feature is not available on the Redmi Note 13 Pro, but it does have the manual night mode. When the auto long exposure triggers, the Note 13 Pro Plus clearly has more detail when zoomed in. The dynamic range is also noticeably better on the Note 13 Pro Plus, and the Note 13 Pro photos are generally brighter, but most of the highlights are blown out. Whereas the Pro Plus has a lower exposure, but it exposes both highlights and shadows properly. But they are noticeable in extreme cases only. Most of the time, they both look similar. Now moving on to the portrait shots, I have some bad news for the Note 13 Pro. Human faces look awful on the Redmi Note 13 Pro, whereas the Pro Plus produces pleasing faces. Just look at the hair in this photo. It also shows the blemishes that are not even visible to the eyes. Taking photos in the portrait mode makes it better, yet it still falls short compared to the Pro Plus. In the case of the Pro Plus already makes the face look pretty even when the portrait mode is not turned on. Now looking at more photos, we can see that the 13 Pro prefers a cooler tone, whereas the Pro Plus has a warmer tone. Now, it's a personal preference what tone you love. I personally love the warmer tone here because it gives more cinematic, that filmy look, but not always, because as you can see, it sometimes overdoes it. Notice how yellow the building behind looks. Apart from the colors, the detail and how the face is displayed is also different on both of these phones. The 13 Pro has a lot more sharpness going on, but this level of artificial sharpness does not look good on portraits. Same as before, it just makes the face look so bad. Look how pleasing the face looks on the Pro Plus. Well, both of these phones do not come with a dedicated zoom lens, but using the 200 megapixels camera, both of them come with 4x in sensor zoom. The 2x zoom on both of these devices is actually good. It may not be as good as the optical zoom of more expensive devices, but nonetheless, they are sharp and retain a good amount of detail. When compared side by side, the story is the same. The 13 Pro has a cooler tone, while the 13 Pro Plus looks orangey and reds are stronger. Also, the Pro Plus has a higher contrast ratio and sharpness at times, making the Pro Plus images look better. But again, this also makes the Pro Plus photos appear heavily processed in contrast to more natural look of the 13 Pro. But the Pro appears to overexpose things sometimes. The same is true for 4x as well, but even more apparent. Look how the Pro Plus processes the image by crossing the blacks. As before, the 13 Pro Plus looks warmer. But look at this photo. The color green on each photo is completely different. The same can be seen in this photo as well. And the plant on the Pro Plus is closer to how it naturally looks. Now, the ultra-wide is where the differences are more noticeable. The Pro Plus photos have more saturated colors than the Note 13 Pro, especially in colorful photos. The amount of detail is almost identical in daytime when there is enough light, but in low light conditions, the photos appear softer, noisier and have less detail. So the clear winner here is the Note 13 Pro Plus. Now, the selfies are actually comparable. The Pro Plus seems to show more red on the face, but in normal good lighting, they both are great. In low light, the Note 13 Pro Plus has more detail with less noise. However, in complex lighting, the HDR of the Note 13 Pro Plus is clearly better with better details. Now, when it comes to the videos, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus can capture up to 4K, whereas the Redmi Note 13 Pro can only capture up to 1080p. So the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus is already ahead here. The 4K video shot on the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus is actually way better than the 1080p videos of the Redmi Note 13 Pro. Well, but that's not unusual, and that is more noticeable when you watch it on the bigger screen. Now, coming to the 1080p videos, both of these phones take similar videos, but similar to the photos, I noticed that the videos of the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus actually has a warmer tone. And in terms of stabilization, both of these phones are really good. Now, switching things to the front camera, both of these phones have a 16 megapixels front camera, but the videos produced by both of these phones are not the same. For some reason, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus video looks way more pleasing. Now, when taking photos, it is not just about the photo quality. Your phone needs to take photos faster as well, so you can capture the fast-moving subjects properly. Otherwise, you may miss the shot or the photo may appear blurry. Now, as you can see, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus wins this round as well, and thanks to the powerful Dimensity 7200 Ultra chipset, it takes photos way faster than the Redmi Note 13 Pro. The focusing capability of the Pro and the Pro Plus are great, but the Redmi Note 13 Pro does feel a tad bit slower than the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus, and that is especially apparent in low light situations. Also, Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus is much better when it comes to the focus shifting. So looking at everything, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus beats the Redmi Note 13 Pro every way possible, even when they use the same camera layout and even the same main camera sensor. But there is one major factor that we are not considering, and that is the price. So the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G starts at 430 USD, whereas the 13 Pro starts at just 280 USD. Yes, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus captures better photos and videos, but the gap between them is not as wide as their price. So if you look at it, the Redmi Note 13 Pro is not that bad. Take leg.